Welcome to a video where I can talk about a game that's quite forgettable and not that memorable. And it's only on two systems, PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn. It's been a while since I had to talk about an interesting game from the 90s. And it's going to be very spooky. Very scary. So here it is. Have you heard of a game called Swagman? Of course not. Not too many people review this game because they are too busy reviewing other interesting games like Mario or Sonic. This game is plain and simple story. You play the two main children that are refused to sleep. Meet Zack, the spiky hair kid, and Hannah, the female antagonist. And you get introduced by the good fairy. He was going to give them some powers, but how unfortunately, the evil Swagman, that's preferred to be the boogeyman, takes her powers away. To make sure it takes everybody's dreams away. If unable for them to wake up, sending his horrible minions and upon the world, which he'll take over the earth with his dreaded monsters. The story does begin where you have to save Hannah from the Swag Man's minions. And our game begins. First of all, the graphics look pretty amazingly good. And to be all 2D and 3D. You have the basic weapon of a flashlight, which are the minion's weakness. And you have to collect bugs to continue the gameplay. And you meet the mysterious stranger that gives you hints on what you're supposed to do in this game. You can pause your game and select your item weapons as well. And you have to find some hidden keys to unlock doors. Also, whenever your hero character takes damage, you have to collect Z's. Yeah, kind of like a comic book. And to restore health. It's kind of like Bart's Nightmare. You collect enough Z's and you can continue the gameplay. And believe it or not, this game is really hard. And you have to solve puzzles on the way throughout this entire scary game. Also, that reminds me of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Here's that you play two children and to save the world from one evil monster from ruining the world. So basically, you have to make sure you collect enough weapons and enough keys to enter the next world. Not to mention, there's like Dream World, where obviously it's Nightmare World. Where you become a hideous beast, encountering other monsters on the way. Not to mention the bosses in this game were pretty tough to handle, including the Master Pumpkin that this strange wizard explains. Also, I like the loading screens, where it cuts to 2D drawing. Yep, if you collect enough bugs, you'll have enough to enter the abyss. The first boss is a giant pumpkin. And again, I almost forgot to mention, music is okay, I guess, for this game, but it's not that memorable. I find this game pretty unique, equally animated. So you have to like explore like hidden areas and unlock hidden treasure chest. This game is kind of like in a word for it, on hidden gem. And I do like how there's like a bottomless pit where there's a swarry pit hole. If you screw up, you'll fall right in. And you'll probably get a game over. And you get to see the Swagman's terrifying face, which I find pretty disturbingly scary. I never played this game before, or I never even heard of it until like a couple of years later. Or that nobody knows that this game existed. I mean, I tried to find some weirder games, believe me. Or ones that deserve to get more views and more subscribers like I do. Does this game deserve all the credit it needs? Well, yes. Because this game looks pretty fun. It looks interesting. And I love the designs of the creatures they put in the game. I love the designs of our heroes becoming hideous beast, which is also pretty neat. And like a couple of spoilers here, I'm gonna show you guys the ending. And when you get to the Swagman at the end of the game. There are like lots of several levels here and there. It's not like I want to do like a part 2 out of this video, so we're just gonna get straight to the point. Make sure you got enough ions and explosive. That's when you come to face Swagman himself, and he's pretty easy. All you have to do is just stay in the middle signs, and you can easily dodge his fireballs. Also Doom. You know, for a final boss, I was thinking he'd be a little bit tougher than the other ones. But no, oh, it's pretty easy to dodge his attacks. As long as you know what he's going to do. And here's the ending of the game. And once you see the fairy, who doesn't look like a fairy at all with no wings, and you get this ending. And Zack and Hannah make their escape from Dream World. And hoping they defeated Swagman, and for good this time. And ready to get out of there. And that the portal is about to suck him right in. Right in. he holds on tight. The Swagman returns and grabs him by the leg, but luckily she uses her powers. And the sun is out. However, the Swagman returns once again. And I'm not kidding, that's how the game ends. If they were planning for a sequel, that never happens. Ever. Just like everything else in most video games, they were planning to have a sequel. Oh, but they like to end up in a cliffhanger, which you would usually hate that. But that's it. That's how the game ends. I find this game pretty memorably fun. It's weird, it's scary, it's interesting platforming style, which I forgot to say that after 10 minutes of this video. I want to say it's actually worth playing. It's kind of tough to decide which one is better, the Sega Saturn or PlayStation 1. I would say PlayStation 1 would be a lot cheaper, but on eBay it's kind of like almost expensive to get. If you're cheap, like I am, you can probably enjoy playing this game on the PlayStation 1. So I give Swagman a pretty easily forgettable and not that memorable of a game, a hidden gem. I give this game a 7 out of 10. I might get this game or not, but since I reviewed it for you guys, I gladly talked about this one. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Even all that stuff, you get the idea. See you guys when I talk about another interesting hidden gem, forgettable game that existed from the early 90s or 2000s. Have a great time, mates. See you then.